And what do we want to do? What's the end game for the season?
So for this season, I'd like to get the plat anywhere in plat. I think diamond for next season. I feel like my macro play is just not there.
I could
Um,
agree a little bit. But
and it's just like, decision making late game is just so hard.
yeah, but I think there's also some decision making in that early to mid game phase.
hmm
With Kayn specifically. So what would you say your top 3 champions?
Definitely I've solidified down on Kayn and Shyvana.
Okay.
And then Kha'Zix. I mean, again, it comes down to the mid and late game for me for, being able to carry with Kha'Zix. That's why I stopped playing him in rank because I think I suffer just off of my decision making.
Yeah, Kha'Zix can be very unforgiving if you don't actually play it well.
Yeah.
With the farming junglers, it gives you a bit more of a reprieve, obviously. Kayn and Shyvana have similar styles, except for Kayn, obviously, you need to become a champion first.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta hit that level 6 power spike.
Oh, yeah. Twitch chat, let me know if he's too quiet or loud, yeah? So, what is your usual early game plan in terms of Kayn?
So, I'm duoed in this game, actually, with the support.
Okay.
Here.
Good.
So, usually I try and play around him, and he lets me know how aggressive that lane's playing. And I always peek down. But usually I go for a full clear here and try and peek at top. Especially I'm looking for that fight in the river on level 4 to get some orbs and for a quick reset, and then kind of address my options from there.
Okay. So, what happened? How's your tracking? How's your tracking in this situation? I'll let it play real time as you climb up.
So I know he started bot side with the leash just from seeing what the bot lane get in the lane a little bit late. And I know he's going to be pathing top. I'll probably meet him in the river. Now, Nunu does clear quite fast, so I kind of have to be wary of that.
Yeah.
He probably beat me there, and he's also probably going to look for the early gank instead of full clearing too, so.
So what I will say from the Nunes perspective here, okay, so you get the smite there. Usually, most Nunes will try the quick gank. They'll just do the blue, wolves, raptors, red. He actually does the Grom. So your read is correct, but he's still on his red at this point. So that's nothing you couldn't have predicted that. Okay?
Right.
But the fact I think you know something's up as soon as you start this crap, because I can see you thinking he should be here. He doesn't show, so, well, we better begin. Can I ask you, before we go, okay, we see the snowball of death is coming top lane. What lanes as Kayn? Obviously, you don't have CC. So what lanes in this game do you feel are your ganking focus?
Definitely top for the Vladimir scale, obviously, because that champion is ridiculous sometimes.
Always, yeah.
And I thought getting him ahead and then kind of playing around mid, because I think what I was looking at before is that mid Fizz didn't have very good stats from looking at his past games. So I was kind of just playing around bot and top this game.
Okay. I'm going to counter you with, he has no CC. You have no CC. Sorry, Kayn mains, that this is not CC. She's Poppy.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that's a really tough lane to gank.
Yeah.
It's a very tough lane to gank. You have a Fizz and a Silas. Now, Silas obviously is a W turn, but with Fizz, it is killable. So you could just burn him down from damage. You have the slow. You could at least, I feel like you could fight this. This Fizz, you said the Fizz had bad stats. It looks like.
Yeah.
So.
I think it was 8 games, 0% win. It was it was a difficult decision.
So, I mean, we don't really, okay, so I said this before, and someone in my Discord told me, she basically said, from a Korean video on League, the ganks on a lane are multiplicative, right? So you can.
Right.
But if this guy's a 0, doesn't matter how many times you gank, it's still 0.
Right.
0 times whatever is 0. Now, I know your bot lane turns off, but you got a duo here. As a jungle, or a jangler or a jingler, as we're saying in chat, you've got here immobile champions. You've got Leona duo. You've got Vayne. I feel like, just in a general principle, you should play around bot more than you were assessing at the beginning of the game.
Okay.
So basically, you see this gank going off. You think I need to rotate. I think, There's some cases where you just finish the crab, but I think in this case you probably saved his life, because if the Nunu got the chomp plus an auto, the Vlad dies. So that's good, and you get some orbs, because both of them are melee. Now, we're looking to go Rast. 100%. This is 100% a Rast game. Your bot lane has now gotten first blood. So for you, everyone in the chat is cheering. Yeah, bot lane isn't feeding. And now what's nice is, of course, you want to sequence your camps. So we took the scuttle, we had a drive-by, we got the orbs, everything went according to your plan. We can do Gromp. We'll get our second tier wolves. Beautiful. Now this is where I think we would disagree on what you did next.
Okay.
The Nunu obviously went back to base. And you would have been able to counter CS. This guy is gonna want to gank. And the fact that he went Predator means he's thinking he's Korean, which means spam ganking, okay?
Yep.
I feel like here you should not be on the Raptors.
Okay.
I feel like here you should be hitting this plant to see if he's even entering the river, and you should try to get double scuttle.
Okay.
I think that double scuttle here is ginormous. And if you do that, you would be in the vicinity for this dude's gank. Christ,
Okay.
that skin's terrifying. Jeez. You would be here for the gank. And then once you've done that, you can sequence back, you know, into your jungle. By spending time taking Raptors here, you're out of the picture. Now, obviously, from your perspective, you don't see it, but like, imagine you're on the scuttle right now, and you see the snowball of doom, okay? You'd be in the area. And now immediately you can say, right, hotfix, I'm coming bottom lane, you've got Leone, you've got Vayne. And I think this is a read you need to start making early game as Kayn. Shyvana, yeah, sure. You're probably very low HP by this stage, if you haven't been back. You probably can't do much here at all. But I feel like as Kayn, you should be a bit more... Combine your Kha'Zix with your Shyvana, you know?
Okay.
Look for a bit more PvP. Because right here, this double scuttle control is absolutely massive. And as we watch what happens in the bottom lane, okay? Leona disengages. Vayne flashes a snowball because otherwise she's dead. Right, so they managed to get out of the situation. You don't kill anyone, I think, but at least you might get orbs and at least force a disengage before that. You know what I mean?
Right. And then I think I make an even greater mistake here.
Oh, you make the gravest of mistakes, yes. So we think, okay, all right, I'm here, guys. Level 4 Nunu, this is easy. Brand is a champion that exists, and you are a champion that does not exist. Yeah. I mean, I do this as well, but it's just a boo-boo, right? Just a brain fart.
Right.
Brain-like, yeah. Okay.
Right.
But you see, like, this situation shouldn't even happen, because if you were on this crab, and you took the crab, and you were there to disengage the fight, so maybe your bot lane could save some of their summoner spells. Like, you don't want to fight this, I think. I don't think you want to fight it, but at least with an E, you know, or being in the area, you have flash, maybe plays could be made. At the very least, you spare your bottom lane some summoner spells. And now, instead of being here versus the Nunu, you've taken this. You simply say, okay, I go back into my jungle. Take my Krugs, take my Raptors. You know, like, you're not even in this situation because you want to focus that outermost objective before you focus on your camps.
Okay.
So while everything you did, I agree with. It's order of operations. Because the order of operations you chose, unfortunately, led to your demise.
Right.
but like, what you had in mind was good. You know, I want the crab, I want the Raptors, and I want to rotate and counter gank bottom lane. Like, all of this was sound decision making. It just wasn't in the right order.
Okay.
And I think what happens is this kind of puts you in the position. Okay, you know, run. Oh dear me. Did you communicate with your duo? Did you say, come, let's go?
Yeah. Yeah, that was, well, once we committed, I was like, yeah, we shouldn't have done this.
Okay, so you said, let's go. Okay, so the thing is in gold, for that platinum, those mistakes, while the enemy team doesn't really always recognize the power of, the power you just gave them, sometimes they will use it. And this is not what you want, because the Jinx is just auto attack and win. The Noodles just exist and peel. The Brand is just press buttons and maybe stun you and then kill you. These are not difficult champions to win in solo queue with. But you've delayed your level 6 now hugely. Because you should have done this and the Raptors after counter ganking and taking the crab. Which means after you go back to base, you should be able to head to your red. Or at least sequence down from top. You should be level 6 much, much sooner, right?
Right.
So we go Krugs, and then what happens is because of that, right, not only did you give a Mountain Dragon, which, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but you actually end up skimping on your Raptor sequence here. So it's another camp you lost in addition, right?
Okay.
So instead of having like a nice sequence from Krugs to Raptors and back to base and then to your red, you took the Raptors, died, now had to go and disjointedly do your Krugs, and now the Raptors are misspawned. It's kind of sucks when you lay it out how much you can miss just from that read, but I think right there in that moment is a huge opportunity in your games, from what I can see from your kill percentage, to get a bit more involved, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm here. Where's the Nunu? He went back to base. He came topside. He's most likely going to be bottom side. The crab is still up thanks to my Leona and Fizz. Let me take it. And all that will do is put you in position to rotate better, just like you did in the top lane. I'm at the crab. Oh, I can rotate because I'm Kayn. You know? So I think focus on the counter jungling and the crabs to put yourself in those positions to actually impact the map.
Okay.
Otherwise, pretty good. Pretty good. We sequence up. There's not much else we can do. We get level 6. Good farming jungler wants to use level 6. I think here, okay, let me ask you. Bad things have happened. You're a little upset. What do we want to do now?
So looking on, I saw Poppy committing. I knew that Nunu was probably going to back after she killed her bot side.
Yep.
And I figured Vlad would be half a brain and we could get this kill. I think we actually screw this up.
Okay. It's a tough lane to gank, and he doesn't have flash. Yep. So here we go. Let's watch it in real time. No, she just presses W.
And then I can't get my R off.
And you can't get your Q off. It didn't even let you do damage, huh?
No.
She cut you off Q before you even did damage with it. Poppy. Right here. Boom. She just absolutely stops your damage. Yeah, but I don't think you want to ult that anyway. Like, because your Q's on cooldown, an R plus a W doesn't kill her at all. And I think you just die if you do that, because she's ult. So as soon as you come out of that ult, she'll just knock you up and, kill you. Damn, See, that's what
I wanted to secure that pressure top to get Herald, because we lost drag at that point.
Yeah, and now you can see this, he's got a present for your bottom lane.
Yep.
So once you see that now, is your mind totally on Herald?
My mind is at Herald at this point, yeah.
Okay.
Because my duo said he was probably going to die here, which he did.
Yeah, he did.
Continues the farm, and then I figured it was free, but she rotated so fast to me, and I think I die here again.
Yes. So the read was good. Okay, there's one thing, and you scanned. However, because you showed top lane, your intentions were very clear. I think this is a little too soon.
Okay.
I like it. I like it if they stay bottom lane. But as soon as you see this happen, watch Nunu. You see him. You see him? You're doing the Herald. Once you see this body language is saying he's on Herald, we must intercept. And I think you must pull off.
Okay.
I think here you need to make the read, okay, I need to pull off. Now, what I would have done, because he's not really running around with a purpose, right?
No.
He doesn't know what he's doing, okay? But he just thinks, hey, Herald exists, I'm Nunu. So if you immediately audible out of this, you survive, you can fall back. But what I would have probably done is seeing this, as soon as I see that, is I just E a Cross and I say, oh, thank you for your jungle. Take something. Okay. Take something. Because that something that you take is greater than trying to do this. It's too early for Kayn. Like, it's going to take you a long time. It's just spawned. I feel like taking the red here plus the Raptors is... I mean, maybe you don't get the Raptors, but you're Kayn, so... at least
give Herald in that situation?
I don't think he's going to do Herald. And even if he was, you would be there with his red buff to contest. And if you had nothing to contest, yeah, you have to give it.
Okay.
I mean, that's the thing with Kayn. You just have to give it. Don't be too obsessed with it. It's okay with Shyvana with Kayn to give up a Herald and 2 dragons. That's part of your game plan. And now your ult is, of course, wasted. I don't know why he flashes.
I guess to close the gap between
he's trying to get to his...
I still don't know.
He's trying to get to...
and then I missed the Q over the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But again, like, that's probably like a sort of... That's a sort of a mechanical misplay. But now he goes into his jungle, he's going to get all of this and heal up, And you've got no lane prior in the mid lane. So essentially, despite all of this, I don't think you should be too worried. Because in this case, yeah, you got to use your W to apply the slow, maybe. Try bait it out, but I don't think you kill them anyway. Like, it doesn't matter what order you use it. But you don't want to use Q first on the Poppy.
Okay.
Because she's just always going to W. You're trying to bait that out. Here, I think, as soon as I see it, I counter jungle. And you have E, you can get out, you have plant, you can get out. You don't have mid-price, you be very, very careful about your counter jungling. But any opportunistic counter jungling that shows up, I think you say thank you as Kayn. The orbs are nice, of course, but like that's why Kayn sucks, because you want to be Rast, but like you can't gank this lane. Your Vlad, as you said, seems like he has a way with the keyboard. It's not a good way, but he has a way with it. So now, basically, after all that, what is your game plan? Obviously, you're a little bit tilted, okay? But I don't think you should have died either time. I think both deaths are within your control not to have happened, and I think both times you could have taken stuff away from the Nunu that denies his impact and gives you better scaling. So in my mind, you should be halfway to level 8 right now, 0-0-0 at worst. But things happen. What do we want to do now?
I think full clear in the because I know the wolves and the Grump should be spawning at this point, so I can full clear up the blue, and then be back and then go to drag.
Okay.
Sure.
So we're looking at dragon control. You see an opportunity. Okay, so what you told me to me sounds great. Chill. Literally chill a little bit. I mean, but now you're here looking at this.
Yeah.
So I think there's a bit of like here wasting time. Are you really focused? Do you find yourself very heavily focused on red orbs? Like you want to get the orbs?
Yes and no. She had no mana, so I thought it was free.
Did you
Obviously not at all. And then
Did you see that?
mean, and that's why it's frustrating too, because I know because I heard the ult pop, and I'm thinking to myself like, oh my god.
Okay, so firstly, you should have scanned as you're going, and you would have seen this and known to back out. Secondly, you could have just used a plant and kept your Q cooldown. I mean, it's up again anyway, but it's just more like, it's more about the smoothness for me. You're sort of looping around this big attack angle, when you could have just gone straight E over the wall here. Like, if you're gonna E, why not just E here? Because you have no CC. I mean, just get the damage. But at the same time, I don't know if you kill her. Because right now, because you walked over this ward and started this big attack angle, he literally just standing still. But they see you, they know you, and now they're gonna fork you. They're just gonna fork you. It's literally what they want to do, because they knew you were there.
Okay.
Now imagine if you were on her the whole time right now. You have your ult up? No, your ult was wasted. But imagine if you had your ult up because you didn't go for the Herald, and you just went straight E over the wall in. Maybe you could actually do something. And they put out the good point here. You don't even have a scanner.
Yeah, I don't have a scanner yet.
Yeah. So yeah, first back, get that, because I think in this case you see how useful it can be.
90% of the time I do. I think the tilt was not helping.
Yeah. Okay, so then Nuno does his own thing. I still think so. In that case, that gank is nice, but I feel like you've wasted time. Yeah. Here we go again. Yeah. You're forcing now. You're forcing. Okay, fizz things. And do we get it?
I'm pretty sure we do. I try to give the kill. Oh, no, we don't. That's right.
Silas, ladies and gentlemen, Silas. All of this for me is, I think, more the issue than what happened earlier. I think what happened earlier, we make bad decisions, we greed, we miss small windows. I mean, that you learn through experience, as I'm pointing it out, you think about it, okay, outermost objective, whatever. But here, what you told me was very sound advice, right? Let's get dragon control. Bot lane is winning. Let's make bot lane destroy the map. So, blue, Grump, wolves, raptors, krugs, reset to finish your warrior. Now straight bottom lane gank, kill bottom lane, get the dragon, get 3 plates.
Okay.
That's your game. But you wasted too much time trying to force this stuff on lanes that weren't your win con. And that's kind of what I think you need to identify if you're farming jungler, the moments when to farm, when not to farm, and which lanes you should be focusing. Because this dude eventually will press buttons and people will die. The fact that he's 0-1 is okay. Actually. I mean, most of us would be very grateful to have an 0-1 top laner, Right, chat? Right, chat? We want an 0-1 top laner? I'd love to have one after 10 minutes that he's only 0-1. Especially as a scaling champion. So I feel like you've wasted a lot of your own experience here. And it's just... When you have a 0% win Fizz mid lane, and he's against the Silas, just don't even go. You will not win the trade.
Okay.
Yeah, you will not win the trade. I guess it's a matchup thing. I'm not sure how familiar you are with Silas, but I think you just learned.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it said bad against Silas's too, against this thing.
That W is insane. But I mean, by your inaction in that sense, or by your forced action, you've given them this free dragon.
Right.
So I feel like your original plan, what you verbalized to me, was good. Down we go. If there's anything bottom lane, we can do it. If not, we go back to base. We grab ourselves our warrior. Now we go back to bottom lane. We force a double gank. And that's the whole concept of camp sequencing, right? In that moment, when you went topside, you clear down, you can gank bottom lane, reset, and now they would think, Kayn just came bottom lane. Cool beans, we're safe. And you say, okay, I come again. And there's 2 ganks within short succession with a duo. That's your gold lead. That's a game.
Okay.
So I think what you told me was good, but try not to force it too much. Like, I know you want form, but you'll get the form.
That's what my duo tells me all the time.
Yeah. I think the main thing is with Kayn, you will get your form if you just play jungle. Like a jungler. You know? Unfortunately, Leona is dead.
Yep.
May she rest in peace. Yeah. So in that case, just back out, yeah. Like, you just tell her, just back out. Just give it.
Yep, that's what I was trying to vote. But then they rotated up pretty quick.
Yeah. They will do. They will do. Okay, right. Now we want a red buff. So through all of this, okay, Leona. Here we go. They killed Brand. Vayne is dead. Leona vs Jinx. Leona vs Jinx. Who's the real ADC? Who's the real ADC? Both of them, apparently. Fizz is rotated down with you. In this case, be very cautious. If your mid laners come, I would leave the situation.
Yep. I think I just push here. I hope I just push here.
No, I think you gotta play safe. They know he's there. You can't help him.
Yeah,
it's on him. Yeah, it's on him. Good. Okay. I mean, decent rotation. At the same time, maybe you could have spent the time farming. I'm not sure if you were ever gonna get there. But the only downside to the way you played was that you gave away a lot of... you gave away the 2 or 3 times where you could have sequenced beautifully to maximize experience. You gave that up for a force gank. I think it's worth noting. But here, I mean, I think this is the gank you were thinking of. Okay, we missed our W, but that's fine. Happens. You want to try... In the case of your W, you want to try use it around their dashes and stuff. That's nice. Help him shove. I would help him shove here. Okay, we're basing. Do we have form? We should have form, huh?
Yeah, we have form. I think that's the only reason I didn't show with them.
Yeah. Still, experience is huge. But because of the show on the bottom lane, you know, you give up that knowledge where you are, and all of a sudden, he has free reign on the Herald.
Yep.
It's like if you see Leona fighting Jinx 1v1 and Fizz is coming down, could you greed? Sure. Are you likely to get anything? No. Could I just be farming in the meantime? Yeah. You know?
Right.
Just to think out loud. I'm sort of like asking you to question your rotations. Why blue smite with red Kayn? Because it still helps you with your ultimate usage. But
yeah, you just kite it out pretty easily.
You get kited out pretty easily. Versus Jinx and Brand, you can get kited out very easily. Same with Kayn. Be very careful here. Okay. The Nunu's ultimates are kind of hilarious, though. Okay, we are ready to... Yeah, hit the eye. Okay. That's fair. I like that. You know, just stop them getting the tower. There was no plates to be had, so...
No, there was no play to be made there.
Do I agree with the Merc Tread Rush? Yeah. Yeah, I agree him for going... I agree with the Mercs. Why would you not go Mercs in this situation? There's so much CC. I feel like you're ignoring bottom lane where your duo is. I feel like you focus. I feel like you're playing you're playing very top heavy, and you're not abusing the fact that you have a duo, because by destroying bottom lane, it gives you prior to invade and counter jungle this and do in 3v1 roam the Sylas. Like Leona and Kayn and Ross coming up here versus Sylas is pretty good. You know? I think that's something you should put into your game plan a bit more.
Okay.
Gank bot. Let me get bot ahead. Bot is the win condition. Weekend Dragons. You're learning very much about Sylas mid. What do you think about it? Good, right?
I don't like it.
I don't like it, he says. Yeah, no, I don't like it either. And now they group mid.
Yep.
And now they
This is
group
where
mid.
the ARAM begins.
This is where the ARAM begins, exactly. So I feel like the game is already out of your hands and you haven't even been able to abuse your form. I think you should have been able to deny the first dragon. I think with your game plan, you should have been able to get the second dragon. I believe you should have had a bot lane that doesn't have 8 deaths just by having your extension presence, by having your presence there.
Yep.
And you shouldn't have died the first 2 times. And by doing that, you actually would end up with a lot more KP. Because your kill participation is what is quite low, and I don't think it's from lack of activity, I think it's from misdirected activity. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, I told you at the beginning, what lane should we gank? No CC. You're not ungankable. 0% win rate Fizz mid. Not gonna do anything. Not gonna solo carry. Vayne Leona. Okay. Okay. I mean, you could have gotten them hyper fed if you had just done the sequencing down. Playing top to bottom. Now here's interesting. What do we see here? I see a dead Nunu.
I thought they were gonna peel off because I thought Nunu was in the vicinity.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. You thought he was there, but he's dead. Okay.
Yeah.
He's not in the vicinity. He's in Helheim. He's dead. So here, I think this is a big moment as well. You've got a Rost versus a flashless Jinx. You can solo kill her with no flash.
Okay.
I would hope.
See, this is another thing too, is like knowing, because I know pre-cleaver Kayn can be pretty difficult without cooldown, without CDR, and so it's like confidence to know that I can still take a level 9 Jinx even after she's gotten a couple shutdowns.
The issue is she's got an IE. My
that's
reality is that you shouldn't find yourself in a situation where you're 1 and 2 and she has an IE.
Right.
And her having an IE is essentially on you. No, it's not on you, but it's on you to try and prevent it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's on me.
Like your bot lane's gonna do stupid stuff. No offense to the Leona, but the ADCs are gonna do dumb things also, you know? Like right here we've got stack CC. She should have used it on one of these squishies. Like you should be right here with E flanking. You're like, no, I leave, bye-bye. But you should
to clear one ward.
You got to get the vision control. I'm a jungler, but you know, that's great. But I think here, if you say Leona, yo, go on Jinx, she split. Yo, go on Brand, right? You're not gonna be able to kill this dude. So the target focus is really out of whack in your skirmish, right? You're still in this game, believe it or not, because you're Rust, but hey, what did I just say? Oh wait, I said you don't kill Sylas, but look at the damage your Vayne and Leona did.
Yeah.
This guy is dead. 1 W, auto Q, that guy is dead. And now you can turn onto the Brand. Because your W here, even if you were baiting, right? Your W should hit the Ross as well. You simply W, you Q through to get into range. You can probably auto the Brand. You know, if your ult was not wasted earlier by your flank down gank, when you came down here, you wasted it. That's a dead Brand, you know? 2 for 0, shove mid, get the dragon. That's another point, the dragon's up.
Yeah.
How often do you communicate with your duo in terms of who shot calls?
Frequently.
Who shot calls?
Usually for objectives I do, but he will shot call for team fights late game.
I mean, look at what you did anyway. You still managed to kill the Jinx. You guys still managed to kill the Sylas. The Vlad's still able to kill the Brand. I had to wait there. He kept me waiting. I didn't think he was gonna do it. You know, he flashes. All of this is chaos because you went left and you didn't even clear the ward.
No.
I feel like in this situation, if you're communicating, you say, right, I'm here, go, engage. You kill the Sylas, you kill the Brand. If Jinx misplays, you kill her too, fall back down to the dragon. If the Jinx runs away, saying, okay, I'm out, you say, okay, down to the dragon. Because the third dragon is giving them that soul. Win con. And that's what we don't want, right?
Right.
That's what we don't want. However, yeah, I don't think you can do anything here. But you only get stronger, huh? Like, you're a beast. Like, Rost is total machine. Copy. Okay. You're not gonna outsmite a Nunu very often. I think you give this, huh?
Yep.
Don't even tell your duo. Just give. Do you like to go for steals?
I do like to go for steals, yeah.
Okay.
The problem is I think I got one tap by an auto in that wall, and you know that 1 second, 2 second window.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think in that situation, you still just give it.
Yeah.
But again, like, you shouldn't be in the position to give it, if that makes sense. Because all of this is falling apart, but it's not falling apart for... Hey, there. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Auto attack. Okay. So, I mean, obviously, the Rost... I'm not focusing on the Rost mechanics, Twitch chat, or him either. We're not talking about that necessarily, because it's more about the decision-making. But, there you go. Like, I think you got a good idea of what you can do with the champion. But I think... You know, I had the same situation a couple years ago. I loved original Echo Jungle, guys. Original Echo Jungle. So when he was tanky, you know, and I would play a very similar way. I don't really think I can fight as much. I don't think I need to wait until I have these items. I need to wait until I reach a spike, and then okay, now it's effectively like okay, now I'm Rost. Now watch me destroy. But it was too late. We'd given up too much, and the game was just 75% chance of losing. You know?
Right.
So I think what we need to do is make sure those early game opportunities are not overforced to the point you find... Why? Why would she hold you? But... you fell for the bait.
Yep.
Just leave! Just leave! Yeah. Yeah, don't be lazy. Yeah. I'll just say that's a tilt move. But yeah, just... If you get detected while backing, just move further back.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, oh, man.
Oh man, that's unfortunate. You know, it's oh man, like there's a few unfortunate things happening that I don't think happen in a lot of your games, but there's also a lot of things you can control, which I think is good.
Yeah, this game just, I think it was lost mentally in the lobby. Because
you had
your, honest.
I don't think it needed to be lost in the lobby.
No.
I mean, your Vayne was good. Like that's all you need. 3 people hyper-fed with 3 people hyper-fed communicating, and I mean, let's be honest, you're Rost, so.
Yeah.
Is there any? There's no reprieve here. You show bottom lane. You show bottom lane,
yep.
So they're
gonna
do
bottom lane.
Yeah,
try to stop the Jinx just to get her to go away. But she was just taking that tower to leave.
And he's just on the dragon. He's just like,
yeah,
I solo.
I think they end up taking Baron
he's
here
just
too.
soloing that sucker. Yeah.
Yeah, Jinx and Nunu alone take it.
He was doing it by himself for a while.
Yep.
Here we go. Okay. Okay. Good.
I think I flash Q
Good.
here,
Yeah, that's fine. You're looking to disrupt. Yeah, he art the Baron, but that's normal, Flipped Wafa. That's normal. If you're trying to solo it, you just use your ult. I do it with Zyra. I'll just activate my plants and I'll do it with the Andres. Poppy, shield.
Yeah.
She picked it up. Everyone's top lane. Like, you have the numbers. If everyone's here, you could try win it and deny it.
Right. Right.
But I think in that case, you gotta bait him up. It's fine, you got Vayne, okay? Like, this moment, you could still win. You could still win the game here.
I think we pull away here.
Or does Brand just kill everyone?
Yeah, but I think Brand does...
You just grouped up for him. I don't think that's bad, but, like, they're all dead from a dragon, right? From Baron. There's a dragon sitting there again, and we're fighting. Skirmishing instead of just saying, let's go do this.
Right, and that's what I was voicing to my duo. I remember this specifically. And then Vlad's flaming me for not going the dragon. I have no means at this point to be going the dragon.
No.
So I just think...
No, at this point you don't.
Even if I reset,
I still think you should go.
They're going to be coming up. Yeah.
I still think you should go. You've got E-heal. Basically, you got to look at it like this, right? If I go to dragon and I die trying to get it, they get soul. If I don't go to dragon, they get soul.
Yeah.
Which one has
Yep.
a better chance of you getting it?
Right.
Not blue.
Right.
So I don't think you should flame you for it. I understand why you did this, but I mean, at the same time. But you're communicating with your duo. You're saying things that make sense to me, but I don't see that communication in game, and I think that's very important. This is what I was saying in the VOD coaching. You know, guys, let's go get the dragon. Why are we pushing top lane? I mean, great, we got the tower. But let's go. Nunu's dead. Let's deny the soul. I think that should be typed, pinged, and communicated in the chat. Okay. They get the soul from this, obviously, because Vayne is there. I mean, it's quite low. If you were there, at least you have 50-50 chance. You could at least. I don't know. I think you probably die. But they have no jungler, so you could just steal it. And in this situation, you just Eon over and you say thank you. Odin bless. I appreciate this gift. I will sacrifice don't sacrifice an actual goat, guys. Like a paper goat, right? This is modern society. Because at least you can get it. Ah, the Zonya. Sorry, the Zonya noise. At least you get it.
Right.
Like, don't do it. Just steal it. Yeah.
Okay.
But I think after that, now you don't win. There's just no ways you win. Agreed?
Yep.
Like, super late game team comp, stealing your ultimate, peel, engage. Vlad is not a champion yet. You have become a champion, but the Fizz is literally just a sardine. There's not much. There's not much else you can do. I think if I had to summarize, I say, phase 1, outer objective. The early game, make sure you are focusing that when you can to position yourself for ganks. If you ever do a bottom lane, make sure you go bottom lane a lot more than you do. And don't obviously greed. I just said it's a brain fight. I do it also. Everyone does. But through that, you already give them dragon.
Yeah.
And then you go top lane again. It's fine, but my Q, don't Q first. Try use your W to slow, use your Q when it's finished, kind of thing.
Yeah, I was just trying to hope to get positioning
exactly. There. Like here, okay, I see Herald. I think you should see too early for Herald. Him bottom lane, thank you for top side.
Yeah.
Take this. Because right now, if you go straight to the red, you get it, and you get his Raptors. Or at least his Krugs. I think Krugs is probably safer because you can kite out the top. If you go Raptors, you don't have mid prio, so it's kind of risky. But definitely red Raptors is red Krugs is yours. And now you just leave out, you go to your blue, and now you can reset and go bottom lane. So that recognition is important. Okay, watch the body language of the Nunu. All I'm looking at is the map, I say, okay, here he comes. And I think because of this, you waste your ultimate, which you waste your power spike. It's like those two phases for me are the difference between you being fed in the early game and the enemy jungler being fed.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
Yeah. And then the third and final thing for your early game stunk power, we'll say, is, right, I messed up, and I messed up, it's fine, I'm Kayn, I can farm very quickly, top lane's never gonna happen, what you told me is perfect, just verbalize it to yourself. Blue, Gromp, Wolves, Raptors, Krugs, bottom lane is out of the picture. So by the time you've done that, bottom lane will return to lane, which means they've just come back to lane, and guess who's there to greet them? Give them a present. Say, hello, 3v2, kill them. Right? Now you can reset, go back there again, kill them, and then you get the dragon. And in that moment, first 12 minutes, you get form, you get a dragon, and you destroy bottom lane. I think if you start looking at the map in that way, you're gonna have a lot more success with Kayn. Because your KP shouldn't be that low, you shouldn't have form so delayed, and you shouldn't try and force so many ganks, Because it's the same thing with Shyvana, right?
Right.
Like here, like that's a force gank top, and then it's a force gank mid. And I think it was good to recognize that the Fizz is a potato, Like he's not gonna carry you this game, so that was good at least. And then you give up the dragon by showing mid, Do you have any questions about that, or anything?
Not really. Just the force gank is good to hear. Because I just need to focus on farming instead of
in this elo,
force more. Yeah.
The ganks you get in this elo are in the flow of the game. Leona shouldn't be here, obviously. You can just tell her to give it, but the ganks you get in this elo are within the flow of just jungling well, especially as Kayn. People always end up forcing for orbs and things like that. Just within the flow of the game, you will get good ganks,
Yeah.
But the downside of Kayn is you don't have CC until you get form for Rust. So understanding that is very important because you could have been easily 20. You could have easily had 3 or 4 more camps on this guy right now.
Right.
Like it's 69 to 59, and he's been way more active than you. So you should be at least 20 CS up, at least minimum. And
Yeah,
now
I made quite a bit of mistakes this game.
yeah, but that's fine. I'm sure you don't make them all every game, you know.
Yeah.
It sucks when we make a coaching and it's a game where you sort of have a lot of the mistakes that you don't always have that we show to the world. But I mean, I think that's good that we can identify them because there are some things you did well and like you told me verbally what you wanted to do and all those things were good, you know. So I trust you and other games actually have that positive impact. And I've seen you had some good Kayn games and Shyvana games since this one, so yeah. Like here, just do the red.
Okay.
Like I mean I think I don't know, like
I wasn't very sure.
yeah, like are you
don't
going
trust
to be
what
able to
Fizz-
get there by the time she dies?
Yeah, that was the question.
If Leona doesn't kill her, you get there. You get there for something, but then you definitely die to the Silas and the Nunu.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of like weighing the positives and negatives here. I mean, I think it's a good action. It just didn't work out for you, but again, shouldn't be in that situation anyway.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I mean, asking you what you're thinking when you make those mistakes and things is good for a coaching game. So, it wasn't to put you on a bad spot or anything.
No. I understand that.
Is there anything else in particular you wanted to discuss, or?
If we could just could you briefly look at one more? I just have a quick question
You have
about.
okay, which game?
It was I think if you look at something super recently, I think it was Shyvana game. I went 80 Shyvana.
Is there a moment in the game that
Yeah, there's a moment where we just lose.
this one?
The
4-9-13.
very first one. Yeah.
4-9-13?
Yep.
Okay. So there's a throw moment. Okay, let's have a look. All right, Twitch chat, let's go.
And this is more of what I deal with a lot is I was in a position to carry and then I I don't know if I threw or I made a decision that put us behind and yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure.
Okay. Let's see. So I like the AD Shyvana because AP is great, but it requires a different playstyle. Would you say the throw? Let me see. What can the throw be?
I say the throw's around like 14 minutes, pretty sure. After second drag, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so let's have a look here. 12 minutes, they get the drag in, so let's see. Here we go. Alright, so we're here. So far, you're 2-2-3. Okay, we joined as you miss an E on the scuttle, but that's okay. The ultimate test for skill shots is the scuttle. So here, you see he's on the bottom side, so in theory you should go Herald. There we go. Okay. Twitch chat, okay, I haven't seen this one, so I'm just sort of processing the information. Okay, Galio says bye-bye. I need to go be a gargoyle. Okay, now we go top again. Ah, you like top lane.
Yeah, there was a lot of reconnection issues.
You should have probably saved your ultimate, yeah.
Yep.
But even then, I don't know.
I figured he was gonna hold it because I thought he knew he was gonna ult him again. We ended up getting the kill here though.
Yeah, you got the kill. It works out. Okay, you left the game too. Come back.
Yeah,
NA service OP.
I wanted to herald right away and push the tower.
Oh yeah, you want the plates. Okay, wait. E him. Oh, he flashed. Okay, I think that's all you can take and you leave. Okay.
Yep, and then I leave. Yep.
Okay, so now we can sequence down. There we go. There we go. Okay, much better. Good. Can we go back up? Okay, you have 1800 gold here. I think you're greeting a little bit now. You missed the ult. Okay, so there you should have gone back in my eyes.
Okay.
Yeah. You should have just backed. Yeah. You had a whole bunch of gold. You cleared bot side. So you got the herald. You got the plates. You cleared blue side. Go back to base. Now you get red side. Right?
Okay.
Your duo is a bot, or you don't have it in this game?
No duo this game.
Okay.
This was solo.
Okay, make sure you're waiting on the edge of the steps for time efficiency. 16 minutes. Yeah, so what happened is because you literally over-greeted with so much gold in your pocket, they had completed the rotation. So what you should have recognized is that the the red team had taken this bottom tower and gone back to base. Which means as you do this stuff on the top lane and you go back down to blue side jungle, you should immediately recognize, okay, the bottom lane is most likely going to rotate up.
Yep.
They're not going to go bottom lane again because that's pushing into you and Corki's there. So I think you should have predicted the Leona coming, and you should have said, okay, I'm out.
Okay.
If you reset there, you're in the right position to be maybe like sort of contest the fight here. And again, it's the same thing with the Skull Crab. If you did it, you'd be in a position to impact the situation. But because you were about, say, let's say 30 to 45 seconds behind where you should have been, you weren't in position. Which means now you're not in position to set up the dragon. And this is giving them prio. So is this the moment?
Yeah, I think this is the moment where we throw, but I don't know if this is the moment or.
You don't have
I
your
tried to
team with
steal.
you. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I see it. Problem is,
I flash out.
You're not tanky enough yet.
Nope.
But again, like you're a Shyvana, you're a diver.
I'm pretty sure we clean here.
I mean, if you clean it, no, Corky. Everyone's in the Corky damage. Yeah. Maybe you went too soon. Maybe you should have just given it up. Your team just wasn't in position. Now, for me, the issue is the top lane thing. You should have just gone back to base, gone bottom side, get control. Now you can pre-set up the dragon with vision, and then because there's nothing else to do, you can trap them as they approach.
Okay.
But because you didn't do that, your team is left by themselves, and you know, they're not going to do what you want them to. They're not going to know the right play, and it's not your fault, but it's your fault. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Like you made good play. Like that was nice overall, except you just overstayed. And I think from here you can be very, because now you got a roaming Leona. They're all top side, you're bottom side. So you sequence top to bottom with Herald being up. I think that's also a mistake.
Yeah, because I didn't want to linger and get caught out, so I warded it.
You could linger to at least ward. You ult quite liberally.
Yes, I do.
The problem with that ult is the goon squad has arrived. And your ADC's bottom lane. And I think you just need to make the conscious decision, okay, my ADC's bottom lane, they're on the Herald, I just shove mid. You know?
Okay.
I think, so for the way you play Shyvana, just, I would say pay attention to when you ult, where the rest of your team is. I'm like, in what universe will you win this? None.
Yeah. None.
None. Corky has TP. Yeah. They're grouping, they've set. Leona, Yi, Kaiser. GG. GG. I don't think it's your fault. But you had control of the situation, you know?
Right.
Like here you shouldn't be there, right? So imagine if we go back to your wolves.
So from here, instead of grading.
Right, okay, good. 1800 gold in pocket. I go base now, goodbye. Right? Your bot lane is here, you know that this has just been taken, you know that Leona should be heading, yeah, they're going back right now. So you had huge time. So what you do is you reset, we go to the red buff, we do our Krugs, we do our Raptors, okay? So let's say we're going back to base now. We're going back to base. We've arrived. We're in the red side jungle. You know, maybe you could have altered the Corki and helped you Ezreal live. You would have been there. Maybe you could have altered the Yi here. Oh, 100% I see kills. I see double kill. Here, 3v2. You could have punished the fact that they had 2 top by winning one of these fights. Because you had a 1v1 and a 2v2. Right? So, you let Leona go up here in a 2v1 with the Silas, and you win a fight by giving the numbers advantage somewhere else. And you would have been able to do that. And I think right here, why by killing this, or being here to save this, you know, maybe, you know, I can't predict the fights. The dragon's coming up, now you can actually de-ward this whole area, set traps, set vision control, hit this plant, shove the wave out. You've got total maximum control for second dragon. But you're top lane because you greeted for that dive. So it's not... If everything happens, if the universe happens as it happens, you could impact it in a different way, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that just comes back to forcing the gank.
Well, the ultimate, you're forcing the ultimate, like the dragon, you force the ultimate, the herald, you force the ultimate. But here again, forcing the gank instead of saying, hey, I got 1800 gold, what's the next play? Ah, dragon, okay, we got about a minute and a half, let me get that side. And you would have been here to make these plays.
Okay.
For sure. You know? Yeah, oh yeah, look at that. I mean, this guy's dead with you here, and you would have been there. or at least close to
Yeah,
it.
and he blew ult and everything too.
Yeah, he blew everything. You know? And even here, imagine, I mean, diving into this before Leona comes, stopping this, Ezreal dying. Yeah. The momentum shift in the game was because of that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then, of course, you tilted a bit, and then you decided to hotfix dive for steals and heralds, and then that's when you lose control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, forcing. That's an
All right.
overwhelming lesson, but a lot of good things though. Like the fact that you're getting these objectives in the first place and you're in a position to take that extra step. I think that's what you're gonna focus on. I'm in this position to take this extra step. I just have to be aware of that I can do it. You know?
Okay. All right.
Yeah. But, I mean, otherwise, I see a lot of positives, and I just once you redirect your overcommitments to the right place, 60% kill participation, Dragon Souls are in your future.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
And of course, you can, if you have any follow up or whatever, you can DM me, let me know how it goes and things like that. So.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. I really
no
do.
problem. Thank you very much.
All right.
Good luck
Have
in
a
your
good
next
one, man.
games. Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
See ya.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
See ya.
See ya.